Hey guys, this is going to be our first video for the Mach 9 site. Um, primarily it's going to be the blog, and then I'm going to associate that with Facebook and my personal Facebook to start with, and grow from there. Probably end up into an Instagram and stuff like that, but just take real small steps to get there. Videos are going to be rough. I do have a camera, no memory stick. So I'm going to be doing it primarily on my iPhone for right now, just to be productive and proactive with it and everything like that. So the first blog post / share / whatever you want to call it is on my 2 things that I've been practicing the last month or so. A little bit of background. I am a huge binge eater. I like to, when I get home, when I get done with what I'm doing, and if there's food in the house and stuff like that, I just, I get carb happy. I get pretty serious. I mean, I wouldn't say I clear out the house, but I definitely could if I wanted to. So, going on research and stuff online, I have obviously come across intermittent fasting, and I tune into Impact Theory and Tom Bilyeu's channel all the time, just to be a better person and try to better myself and hopefully make 2019 a better year, but just primarily the rest of my life ultimately is what I want to improve. So the 2 things that I've actually chosen to implement in my daily life that I feel like is pretty much attainable to me is intermittent fasting, and then ice cold. Where's my head? Ice cold showers, or not ice, cold showers. And so I'll go through that real quick. I just got done at 10 a.m. with I guess they call it the monk fast, which is 36 hours. When I weighed myself, it was February 24th at 10 p.m. was when I started the fast. Is actually right before I went to bed. I ate a lot. It was just a bunch of processed chicken, tater tots. I had a bunch of sauce with it. I can't remember. I think I had like a candy bar. I had what else? So I want to say there was something else. I just can't remember what it is. Anyways, I felt like a fucking badass, and I knew it. I knew it right away that I knew the whole time, even as we're shopping and stuff like that. I knew what I was about to do, and I try not to justify it in my mind, but how we are. I mean, we're able to do stuff like that. At least I am, and so after that I felt like shit, of course, and I just. I didn't even really give it much thought. I've had the intermittent fast app for a little while, and I've been using it quite a bit for 16-hour fasts, which is, despite the number, it's not actually as hard as you think it is by how it sounds with 16 hours. 16 hours seems like a lot, but it's really not if you just time your periods where you're going, to bed, and ideally you're sleeping through, almost half. If you get 8 hours of sleep, you're sleeping halfway through the fast. So 16 hours isn't all that hard, at least I've found anyways. My problem is just binge eating after the fast, or once I get home from work or whatever. So I had the app, and I was feeling like crap, and I just decided to, I'm just gonna do this. I don't think I told my wife until the next day. I just started it, and started the timer and the elapse. And my wife was super supportive through the whole thing. She didn't really impact me in a negative way. There was a few times where, we would talk about food or text about food, and food would be brought up or whatever, but it didn't really seem like that was a huge temptation for me, which is surprising, because once I got to, I think, halfway through the first day, I did have a pretty good, I had some hunger pains. My stomach was grumbling. I'm pretty sure my stomach was grumbling last night too, but my trick to do it, it wasn't a true water fast. I drank coffee, I drank water, and I drank energy drinks to kind of keep me going. I have kind of been addicted to energy drinks for I don't know, since they came out in 2004. I mean, it's literally been like 14 years since I've been drinking those fucking things. And I was surviving off that. And as for the actual hunger itself, didn't really impact me the way I thought. My wife didn't impact me the way I thought. I thought that it was going to be hard talking about food. In fact, it was harder hearing about food on TV with commercials and stuff like that, which is probably the point of why they do those commercials. But I just got done after my fast. I decided to cook myself a 2-ounce portion of Jimmy Dean sausage, 2 eggs, half an orange bell pepper, cut up spinach leaves, and 1 medium tomato. Came out to like 500 something calories. And I don't feel bad. I did eat it in about 2 minutes. It took me literally 2 minutes to eat my breakfast, which was funny because I was just looking forward to it. By the time you hit the 30-hour mark or the 34-hour mark, I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna make it. And so I made it, and there is a drastic change in my weight. In fact, I almost don't want to talk about how much weight I lost in the 36 hours, because it literally is somebody I worry about getting criticized for it, because it's pretty big. Which, keep in mind, I did eat prior to the fast, so I was full. I mean, I was like feeling like crap full. So it's, to say that a lot of it wasn't actually, some of the weight that I had on me was actually food in my digestive system and stuff like that. So I'm not really going to get into the weight as of yet. I've got a plan with my intermittent fasting where I'm going to do a 36-hour, which I've just done, and then I'm going to do a 28-hour or a 20-hour with, I think there's a 4-hour window with the 20-hour, and then 16, and then 12, and then back to my normal 16-hour, 8-hour ratio. And I'm just going to do that for probably, I think by the time I get done with the first round, I might change it a little bit. I might decide to go with the 12-hour fast instead, just because I don't want to fast too much. I know a lot of research on the internet says, just do it 3 times a week, or don't, whatever. But I'm going to do more research on it and see if it's appropriate for me. See how my body's feeling. I haven't had a whole lot of confusion. I haven't had a whole lot of fatigue. I took a nap yesterday, which was nice because that got me through a couple hours of the fast as well. And then, and then so I rewarded myself with breakfast, because that's actually what I've been craving the most. and a good way to get protein and my fats in, and you know, the carbs were coming from the tomato and the peppers primarily. So I mean, it's pretty low carb and it's whole food, so wasn't really too worried about the meal itself. I'm not really like, you know, my stomach doesn't hurt, you know, anything like that. Okay, and then so that's pretty much it for the 36-hour fast. I do recommend it if it is something that you feel is an attainable goal. For me, it was just a challenge to see if I could do it, and because there has been times where I've set that kind of a challenge up for myself and I've actually failed, and so being successful in this really drives me to keep going and do better with my health and get this weight down, because I am you know, I'll tell you the prior weight. I weighed 236.2 pre-fast weight. So I'm 5'8". It's horrible. It's horrible, man. Like I can hide it a little bit with my clothing, but a little bit. But I'm fat, so I definitely need to get that together. Okay, so the second thing I've been doing, trying to keep this video to 15 minutes, but the second thing I've been doing is cold showers. And the way I've been doing it is, so the first time I did it, which was I think 3 days ago, maybe even 4 days ago, I just take a normal shower like normal, and you know, warm water, hot water, whatever you want to call it. But my last, after I'm done with everything, I turn the water to as cold as the tap will let it go, and then I cool down my lower extremities or my outer extremities first a little bit. I put my hands under the water, I put my feet under the water. I kind of just get acclimated a little bit by just doing that, so it's not that big of a shock. I give a little quick 5-second countdown, and I let the water hit my forehead and my chest in kind of intervals. Like once it gets too cold for my head, I'll let it go into my chest, and then until that kind of gets normal. The first time I did it, I literally made it like 10 seconds. I think it was 15 seconds, something like that. I didn't really count. I couldn't, because I got quickly out of breath. You know, you get that instantly. You get that your body reacts to it, and puts your body into a shock. And so but as the days went on, and I just have decided to do this with every shower I take. So after a while, though, you kind of get, I don't know if it's a numb or it's not as bad. Your breathing kind of comes back a little bit. And once that happens, I kind of put my head forward and let the water run down my back, which gives a whole other kind of shock. The breathing comes back again, where I'm having a hard time, and you know, and it's just hard to, you know, my body kind of convulses a little bit. And it's to the point where it's so cold that once you turn off the water, it's warm. Like you immediately you start to feel warm again. And then by, I don't know, I would say 5 minutes, it feels really good. It's hard to explain unless you've put yourself through that kind of torture. And I know it doesn't seem like, why would you? But the truth is there's definitely some neurological benefits to doing it. So I recommend trying that if you haven't, or if it's new, research it. Research the intermittent fasting. I'm not a doctor by any means, but look into these kind of things that you're going to see me doing to make myself a better person. Definitely check it out. And then let me see. So those are the two things I've been doing. Another thing is in the mail today, I should be getting my first bottle of a nootropic. I'm not going to get into detail too much about the actual ingredients and stuff in the nootropic itself, because it's complicated. I'd have to write everything down, and then I would have to kind of like lay it out and read and explain it, because I don't have it memorized. It's Nootropics is kind of a complicated thing, or can be. So this is my first one that I'm purchasing by Raw Honest. It's one of the cheapest. They've also have products like face masks and charcoal toothpaste if you're into that kind of whitening, and they're actually a pretty decent brand. I just started following them on social media as well to check out some of their products, and so that should be coming today. I actually plan on doing a video of that. I don't know if I'll start the video when it shows up, so that way I can kind of open it up and show the bottle, or if I'll take it a couple times first and then do a video on it. I haven't quite decided yet, but stay tuned with me. And if you don't, I understand this is Mach 9's in its infancy stage, so it's going to be really rough until I can get more things going on and have more structure to it, and more understanding about how posting online and social media and blogging, and as I get better at it. So like right now with the phone, I'm having a hard time. I'm looking over here and the camera's over here, and it's just you guys will be going through the learning experience with me. My wife is a huge support. I'm a dad, and I try to stay active and stuff like that. I think pretty much, other than work, the only thing that's really changed is I've joined like a softball team, which our first practice is actually tonight down at the park. So I'm gonna get out tonight and throw some balls around and be active and just try to be improve myself. So stay tuned. I know it's rough, but the videos will get better. Okay, and definitely be safe, be healthy. Okay, so just a quick follow-up. I actually didn't think it was going to show up, but I just went and checked the mail today, and trust the Amazon. I guess everybody uses Amazon. I did get my Raw Honest. Ooh, yeah, see that? Raw Honest Brain Booster. I'll just run through it real quick. Literally, honestly, this was just me buying the cheapest one. I didn't want to commit to a whole lot of money, so I literally just picked out the cheapest one. I did do a little bit of research on the ingredients. There's a couple things in here that is, it's all plant-based, and supposed to promote focus and concentration and cognitive performance, and it says even on here, enhances memory, cognition, and focus, strengthens brain health against stress, achieves sharp and mental performance and well-being. There is a warning. Let's see what it says. Use only as directed. Consult your physician before use if you are pregnant or nursing, have a serious medical condition, or use prescription medications. Well, I guess I will ask my doctor when I meet her next. I am on some a couple different medications, and I do supplement as well, especially with the fasting. So it says to take 1 capsule a day. This bottle literally only cost me $4.99. It was probably a little bit more because of Prime. I ordered it on Sunday and I just got it today. So I figured, what the hell? It's 30 capsules, 30 days to try it. Let's see what the capsules look like. See if they smell like Like how valerian root smells like dirty dog. I wonder if it smells like that. No, I don't smell anything yet. Looks just like valerian root though. No, it actually kind of has like a sweet smell to it. Anyways, that's the capsules right there. So yeah, I don't know if I get that to focus or not. Anyways, yeah, so pretty basic. I thought they were gonna smell kind of green. You know how sometimes you get the herb supplements and it's got this funky, like, in fact, actually it kind of smells like if you were to like spice on your dinner, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's it. The unveil, pretty easy. I mean, I didn't go to a lot of it says go to the Nootropics depot and all this stuff on the Nootropics group on Facebook, but I just wanted to just get started somehow and see what this does anyways. A cheap, effective way. Like I said, 30 capsules, just try it for 30 days. I'll kind of post a review. If I feel like it's really working, I'm gonna post right away and be like, guys, get on this. It's only $5, you know. Like, but if it, causes me to get nauseous and, well, actually it says take 1 or 2 capsules with a meal. It's kind of tricky with the fasting. Oh well, it's all plant-based, so whatever. But it doesn't make me feel sick or something. Anyways, so that's it, guys. Raw, honest brain boost. I'll follow up with this. Okay, guys, so this is kind of the conclusion of the video here. I have been doing pretty good on everything that I'm going to be blogging about and posting about, and I just want to say that it's so important for me now to make this change and to become a better person. And I have truly had so much and these huge periods of time where I've just been I have just been talking and talking and talking and talking about how to do better, what to do, watching all these self-help stuff, reading books, which I haven't actually done in a long time, but I've read books on how to become a better person. And honestly, it's just time for me to take action, and this is really what this Mach 9 and this channel and blog and this progress towards building something is really going to be about. So super passionate about it. I really hope that at very least it's kind of a documentation on how I've progressed, and that one day I can look back on this and really see that I have changed, and I not only will, if I ever have the chance to impact somebody or influence somebody, that I can say, hey, go take a look at this. This is where I was at when I first started. So, that's what it's really about for me, is personal change and not so much changing other people at this point. I hope that someday it'll get to that point, and I hope that I can be that person, especially to other people. But right now it's just a matter of myself and trying to get myself to a better place in my life. So everybody be safe, do the right thing out there, and hopefully you keep staying tuned in. Thank you.